I'm Lisa Collyshaw from Coaldale Bullock Horse Ranch. We breed Friesian horses here, which are from Holland, and we used to use Bowen therapy on all our horses. We do dressage, so it's very important that our horses' muscles are loose and so that we can do what we have to do for our dressage tests. My friend actually told me about this different therapy and I was very dubious about it because the Bowen therapy last time never made any difference regarding my horses. Friesians are very solid, strong horses, and if they in any way are sore, they will let you know straight away. As in riding, they will buck and really be strong within the back and you just can't get any work out of them. With Bowen therapy, it would take 3 to 4 sessions before I would notice a little bit of difference, but I still wasn't happy about it, so I just left it. When I tried this new therapy, again, as I said, I was very dubious, but my performance horse, Matador, he responded overnight, which I was totally amazed because, as I said, Bowen therapy didn't do anything for them. And how he responded was his muscles were so flexible and loose that I could actually ride him the way I wanted to ride him. But Friesians clamp their tail down very strongly when they're sore, and 5 minutes after doing the therapy it would be really light and loose, and I knew that things were going to be a little bit better. As the sessions went on, Matador became more frequently looser in a quicker time, so it wouldn't take a day for him to react. It would take almost an hour or 2 hours, and then I'd have him back in the how loose how he was. And this is Matador. This is my performance Friesian. He has come from Holland, and when he first arrived he looked like a Clydesdale on legs. He had absolutely no definition on the buttocks area at all. And of course he hadn't done anything when I first got him, so to bring him straight into dressage, it was really hard for a big horse like this to manage that type of work. He gets work 6 days a week and they're full on hour workouts, and it was really hard on their bodies. With Friesians, they work 75% on their forehead. So to get them to do dressage work, it is a really hard job on their butt area. So again, back to the Bowen, I found that it wouldn't help them. So because they'd be so sore here, they would hold themselves in front even more and go on their forehand even more. After trying this new therapy, he actually swells right up here across the back from his dressage. And after one session, you can actually see it go down, and that's while she's doing the session, not afterwards. You can actually see it go down, and he becomes nice and loose all on the back end here. And with Friesians, as I said before, they clamp their tail really, really tightly because a Friesian's horse tail, their docks are a lot lower than a normal horse, where a normal horse is up on their back end, where the Friesians are very low. With him, with his muscle toning, he's built up really across the chest area, and again he would find that really hard to move his shoulders out because he's just not designed for dressage. So again, we would have to do a lot of this therapy on his chest as well as his backside. And the difference between Matador, I've owned him exactly 12 months now. The difference between him and 12 months is just 2 different horses. Okay, back to his work. What we were finding is we had to do this therapy on a weekly basis because by the time the Friday would come, he would be that sore and his tail again would be clamped in that tight that there was no way I could get any more work out of him. So each week we had to get him done, and each week he would then become free, ready for the next week. This went on for about 6 months because his education was from nothing. And after the 6th month, I brought him in for a treatment, and Kath actually said to me, "You're lying, this horse hasn't even been out of the paddock," because she couldn't even find any sore spots. and this went on for about a good month. And it wasn't until his education became higher, so of course we had to upstage his next level of education, and he got harder and harder work, so it had to go back on a weekly basis. And then once he gets fit and strong, it goes back to a fortnightly basis. So the reason why I can see how this therapy is working through the results, because if it wasn't working, there's no point using it. With this horse, he's come from, as I said, from nothing. We couldn't even get him into a 20-metre circle in a canter. That took about 3 months to get him balanced. And now, a year later, only 12 months later, he's got a shrine of ribbons on the Sunshine Coast, but also he's now made Queensland Supreme State Champion for Friesians, which he took out at the Toowoomba Royal Show last week. He started off the baby classes for dressage, and he took first place in every competition that he went into. Again, I truly believe it's because he was supple, because these Friesians are really hard to be supple. He worked his way up, and I've only owned him for 12 months now, and as of last weekend he took out Queensland State Champion. He became Supreme Champion at the Toowoomba Royal Show last weekend, and not only is he succeeding in ribbons, because of the workload he's doing, and because I make sure, like a professional athlete that he is, he gets treated on those bases that I feel that he needs. He's come from a Clydesdale on legs to Arnie Schwarzenegger, and we just are very proud of him. And as you can see by his chest and the muscles that have come out, and that is really something for a Friesian to get, because they aren't designed to do the work that he is actually doing. So again, yes, I would totally recommend the therapy that we're doing, because I am a true believer in results, not what people think and how other horses react to. And having this fellow respond so quickly to the different treatment, I would totally recommend it to anybody. Thank you.